Hi, my name's Sam Hollier and I work for the charity Fearless.org. You may not have heard of Fearless.org, but you may have heard of Crime Stoppers. So Crime Stoppers is a charity that was set up more than 30 years ago to allow adults to report crime anonymously. Now, anonymous and confidential are two very different things. Confidential means that if you want to tell me a secret, I can't promise to keep that completely secret to myself. So if you say to me, Sam, I want to tell you a secret, I really don't like my English teacher. I'm not going to tell your English teacher you've told me that. But if you come to me and say, Sam, I want to tell you a secret, I really don't like my English teacher and I want to hurt her, then I'm going to have to share that information that you've given me with the relevant professionals. That's safeguarding. So confidential is me knowing who you are and sharing information if I think you're going to hurt yourself or somebody else. Anonymous is very, very different. If an adult was to witness a crime or see a crime or hear about a crime and they wanted to report it, but not want to speak to the police, they could ring up Crime Stoppers and speak to us anonymously. Anonymous means that no personal information is ever taken about the individual that's reporting the crime. No name, age, address, nothing that could identify that person. 10 years ago, Crime Stoppers realised that maybe young people, just like you, should be given the same opportunity to report crime. So Fearless.org was born. Fearless.org is a web-based platform that allows you to report crime anonymously. But why did we come up with this idea in the first place? Well, research tells us that young people just like yourselves perhaps don't want to speak to the police. You may fear the repercussions if you do speak about crime. Am I going to be next? There may be this fear. Sometimes you may not understand that a crime has taken place, or you may be a victim as yourself and may not fully understand that a crime has happened. So we created this platform to allow you to report crime completely anonymously. This is our anonymity promise to you. If you are brave enough to use Fearless.org to report a crime, no one will ever know you reported that crime. If you decide to go onto social media and say, I've reported a crime, then everyone's going to know that you've done it. But we won't tell anybody. We take no personal information about you whatsoever. Now, I know that you know that if you go onto a web-based platform, what's stopping us at Fearless.org tracking your IP addresses or using a mobile phone mast to triangulate your location? We don't. It's anonymous. And we are a charity that prides ourselves on our anonymity promise. If you're brave enough to use us to report a crime, no one will know it was you. This is what our website looks like. It was built by young people for young people. Young people sat around in our boardrooms coming up with the content, what it should look like and what it should feel like. If you think it could be different or could be changed, let us know how to make it different, how to improve it. Let us know. It is fully optimized for use on your mobile phone. So if you are wanting to report a crime and don't want to wait till you get home to the laptop or the tablet computer, you can do so on your mobile phone there and then as you're thinking about it. This is what the form looks like if you wish to report a crime to us at Fearless.org. It's all online. You can see here there are 5 key boxes that have a little asterisk by that you must fill in. And it goes through what is the crime, where did it happen, when did it happen, what is the name or the nickname of the person involved in the crime, and what do they look like. We need as much information as possible from you in order to pass that information on to the police so they can do their work in trying to catch the criminals. If you accidentally identify yourself in this form, we remove that information before we give it to the police. So for example, what is the crime? If you accidentally put in there my neighbour, my friend, my school, that could lead to identifying who you are. But we take that information out before we give it to the police. So you have our word, our guarantee, that if you use Fearless.org to report a crime, nobody will know that you've done it. At this point, it's really important that I say we are not a victim support line. We cannot help you if you have been a victim of crime, because we don't know who you are. Even if you send this form in, we can't email you back because IP addresses are scrambled. We cannot help you. If you've been the victim of a crime, please seek the support that you need. Also, if you are witnessing a crime happening right in front of you, right there, don't go onto Fearless.org to report it. Get to a safe place and call 999. This form is for you to use if you are aware of something that's happened. Maybe you saw somebody run past you and then you heard about a crime that had happened on the same day. Tell us everything you know about what you may have witnessed. It's really important information that we can then give to the police and they can decide whether or not they take that forward. There is one thing we do know from the reports that come into us at fearless.org, and that is the county where the report has come from. So if you're inputting data and you're in Hertfordshire, we know that that has come from Hertfordshire because we need to know which police force to pass that information on to. There's no point in having hundreds of forms coming in and not knowing whether it goes to Hertfordshire or Carmarthenshire. So we do know the county where the report has come from, but that is it. So this tells you what Fearless is all about. That's you, the little question mark, that's you. Should I report it? Don't want to speak to the police, not sure of what I should do. Fearless.org is anonymous. You report it to us. We filter out any personal information you may have accidentally put in there, and then we give it to the police. All the police get from your report is the details of the crime you are reporting. No personal information whatsoever. And if the police come back to us and say, oh, who did you speak to? This is really good information. We can't tell them because we don't know. We can't tell the police who we spoke to because we don't know. Because we will never ask for any personal details or give those to the police. I'd really like you to have a look at our website, fearless.org, because we have got some great resources for you guys to have a look at and pull apart and tell us about. And if you think they need updating, let us know. But one of the top things I want to point out to you is the fearless.org A to Z of crime. Now, we are not experts when it comes to crime. We do work with other partner agencies to make sure we give you a factual idea around crime. But it's not a crime to be curious about crime. It's absolutely okay to wonder about crime. When I first went to school and I got a dictionary, the first thing I did was look up the rude words. It's not a crime to be curious. You shouldn't use those rude words, but it's not a crime to be curious. I would ask you, if you are interested in crime and crime types, to look at our website. Have a click around, see what you can find. L, which is highlighted here, is legal highs. G is gangs. A, abuse. D, drugs. Have a look, have an explore, and tell us what you think. At the moment, we don't have a Q crime type or a Z. So if you are out there and you are having conversations with each other, or you're aware of a Q or a Z crime type, let us know and we'll update our records. We don't want to make up crime, obviously, but if there is a Q or a Z that we don't know about, let us know so we can update our records. You'll also notice at the bottom of each one of our screens there's a little eyeball and it says hide your visit. If you are starting to report a crime and somebody walks in on you, say you're at home on a laptop, you can hide your visit and it will just take you to a normal blank Google screen, and then you can click back and you're back to where you started. So you can hide your visit if you don't want people to know what it is that you are doing. So that's our website. Have an explore. Let us know what you think. My role as a fearless outreach worker is to educate you and empower you to make an informed decision about crime. You now have a choice. You can see a crime and do nothing. You can see a crime and do something. Speak to the police. Please, if you feel you can, speak to the police. But if you feel that you can't, but you want to do something, you want to be a brave person in your community, then go to fearless.org and report that crime to us anonymously. No one will ever know you've done it. Be brave. Speak out against crime at fearless.org. Thanks, guys.